live stream. Alright, just a couple things that I want to talk about that is important, that needs to be talked about. Uh, and yeah, everybody has their personal opinions on this. But a lot of people have asked me about this lately. A lot of people have asked me a couple things that have happened as far as what happened to an officer in Ohio and whether he should be commended by this or not. So, with that being said, I'm sure that most y'all will agree with me like usual, but I think this is something that needs to be talked about. So, um, first things first is let's talk about this officer in Ohio and whether he should be commended or not. So, I've had a lot of conversations with a lot of people about this, and again, it's about half and half on what people think. So, this officer, he was murdered. Now he was off duty. All right, so the city wanted to treat it as a not a line of duty death, which I think is the right thing to do. All right, and again, if you ask 100 people, you probably get about 50-50. So they have decided to reverse their decision on this. All right, announcement came just days after Cleveland Police Patrolmen Association blasted the city after learning of Cleveland Police Department officials that did not plan to consider Officer Bartek's murder to be line of duty death. So he goes on to say it's an outrage, that's a slap in the face to law enforcement officers. Fallman strongly urged the city to reconsider what he said was his initial position. Fallman strongly urged the city to reconsider that. During a joint press conference, Cleveland Mayor Justin Bibb and Cleveland Police Intern Chief Wayne Drummond on Wednesday, Cleveland Police Department Public Safety Director Kerry Horan denied allegations that a determination of line of duty death aspect of a young officer's death had previously been made. So, getting into what actually killed him, alright? On New Year's Eve, Officer Shane Burtake's life was taken in a senseless act of gun violence. So, he asked Chief Drummond to conduct a review to make it line of duty death determination. Alright, committee to review the facts, law, policy, procedures, and training the officer Burtake received as part of being a Cleveland police officer. Alright, and nobody's debating the fact that he was a police officer, alright? Yeah, he was a police officer, but it's not a line of duty death, alright? So, the 25-year-old officer, off-duty officer, was ambushed and robbed. Alright, so he was ambushed and robbed. He was not in a patrol car. He was not in a uniform at all. Alright? So, this happened on December 31st, 6 p.m. while he was out in the parking lot of an apartment complex in the 4300 block of Rocky River Drive. Security footage showed Officer Burtek struggling with a suspect before being fatally shot. Now, this is where it comes in. Alright, everybody's saying that he was acting as an officer when he tried to grab the person's firearm. No, he was just trying to defend himself, alright? So, most people that are ambushed, alright, whether it's 1 people or 10 people, you're not just going to let people walk over you and take your stuff. It don't matter if they all have guns or not. Because they still might shoot you even after they get what they want, or they might do more damage. So, most people are going to fight back. Alright, and that's what he decided to do. He decided to fight back against 2 of them. He ended up losing the battle. And he was shot in the back twice. Alright, that's what happened. So, a lot of people are saying that he was acting as an officer. Well, he's not, though. Alright? He's not acting as an officer at all. He was acting as someone who was defending themselves during an act of violence, alright? He was sitting in the parking lot. He got shot twice. They stole his car. Simple as that, alright? Now, as far as the suspect, One suspect was 18 years old, Tamara Unique McLeod, fled the scene of the officer's vehicle after murdering him. She has been arrested. Now, that person was already wanted for a previous aggravated robbery. The incident occurred in Detroit on November 2nd, where two employees were pistol whipped and robbed. She had another warrant out of Strugglesville for a theft offense and was out of probation of Lorain County. Alright, she also faces charges of a drive-by shooting in Chiba County in juvenile court. So, she has a huge array of arrests, alright? But, another problem I have with this is you're facing murder charges or aggravated murder charges now. You have multiple warrants out for your arrest. You pistol whipped two people and robbed a pizza place. You had drive-by shooting charges out, but yet you still get a $5 million bond. Like, how do you get a bond of $5 million? Alright? You killed one person, shot them in the back twice. You pistol whipped two people, robbed another place. You have drive-by shooting charges out against you. You have a warrant out against you, and you still get a $5 million bail. To me, that is a problem. Like, I don't get how you get a $5 million bail. Now, going on to the second suspect, Anthony Butler Jr. was arrested on December 31st on charges of receiving stolen property and fleeing in connection with the officer's death. His bond was also set at $5 million. And that's another problem, alright? So, he got a $5 million bond just like she did. But, like, how is that even possible, alright? She has drive-by shooting charges out. She has a warrant out. She robbed a pizza place. She, drive-by shooting charges. All he is being charged with is receiving stolen property and fleeing, and he gets a $5 million bond. Like, how are they on the same level of bond amounts? She's up here at $5 million. Why is he up there at $5 million? To me, that makes no sense whatsoever. But I'm not a judge, so, Now, investigators said McLeod had handled the vehicle off to Butler after killing Officer Burtek, and that they got into a pursuit with Butler after spotting the stolen vehicle. Chase came to an end when Butler crashed into a fence. Line of duty death termination will open up avenues of funding and for funeral expenses and other similar assistance for Officer Burtek's family. Alright. So, another thing people are talking about is, how officers should come together and fund for this family and not the state or the city. And I agree. This was not a line of duty death. Alright, now if he was sitting in a patrol vehicle, alright, with a uniform on, and then he was shot and killed and they stole the police vehicle, that would be different. Alright? But that's not what happened. Alright? What had happened was he was off duty in an unmarked vehicle, no police clothes on, he was shot and killed. Alright? So this was just he wasn't target. Everybody's somebody's target. He's not targeted, alright? Alright, so this just happened to be that he was off duty and these people saw him, and decided to rob him. Alright, he fought for his life and he got shot in the back twice. It'd be no different if it happened to me. If it happened to another regular civilian, alright, it'd be no different. It just so happens that he was an officer. So the city does not need to pay for this. Alright, they do not need to spend $400,000. Because it'd be no different if I got shot in the back twice or if anybody else got shot in the back twice. The city would not be paying $400,000 for me or anybody else. Simple as that. But, like a lot of people are suggesting, is what they need to do is the officers or whoever in the police association they could come together and get money for the officer's family. Alright? And there's plenty of ways to do that. Y'all can do it by yourself. Y'all can set up a GoFundMe page and still do it yourself. There's plenty of ways to do it. But as far as the city or the state paying $400 something thousand is not the answer to go. That's not the way to go. Alright? He was not murdered in the line of duty. Simple as that. Like he wasn't. There was no indication that he was investigating crime. There was no indication that he was trying to prevent a crime. And again, he was not in a marked vehicle. He was not in uniforms or anything. He was off duty, not being paid. Simple as that. So, with that being said, that wraps that up. I just wanted to put that out there because everybody seems that, they don't understand between the difference between on duty and off duty. Big difference, no matter how you look at it. There's a big difference. And one indication you're getting paid, one you're not. Alright, and everybody else is talking about, well, an officer's really never off duty. Again, he wasn't preventing a crime. He just happened to be at the wrong place, wrong time. Alright, now if he was killing line duty, I have no problem, yeah. Pay for the funeral. Give the officer's family some money. That's how it should be. Not 400 something thousand, almost $500,000 because he was killed in the parking lot fighting for his life. Because I guarantee you, nobody else would get $400,000 fighting for their life in the parking lot. It just wouldn't happen. Alright, so next part I want to talk about is a lot of people have asked me how I feel about law enforcement now after being falsely arrested. Alright, so my point of view, with anything, there are good cops, bad cops, white, black, Hispanic, whatever the case may be, alright? Whatever your race is, that doesn't matter. But, are there more bad cops than good cops? I think there are, I think the media plays a big part in this. And I think there are more good cops than bad cops. Even after everything that has happened to me, everything that's happened to other people that I'm close with, people that I know, and even happened to a famous person recently. So, a lot of y'all already know I was falsely arrested. Like I said, I'll keep you updated on that. So, most y'all know my landlord had guns pulled on him by the police 2 days before I was falsely arrested. Alright? So, let's go into this a little further, alright? So, Ryan Upchurch he's pretty big, alright? He has 2,730,000 subscribers, alright? So that is a substantial amount of subscribers, alright? You have close to 3 million subscribers, alright? So anyways, he's pretty much going through the same thing in a way. He has been targeted by the police, and one officer in particular. Now, this is out of Ashland City. Now, this officer has pulled over his friends, has pulled him over multiple times for no reason. Alright, he got a ticket and he called up there to the municipal court. See, when his court date was, they told him not to worry about it. Now, me personally, if I was in that situation, I still would have showed up at any point, and whether the officer shows up or not, that's on him. But me personally, I still would have showed up, because that just seems suspicious to me in general. Anyways, he doesn't show up. He goes there a couple of days later to get tagged for his car. Anyways, another officer's there talking about, why don't you show up at court and all of this. Alright, and, Upchurch pretty much had it with this whole thing. Alright, and I don't blame him. You got this one officer pulling over your family, your friends, pulling you over for no reason, stalking your Instagram, following you to gyms, following you to the gas station, knowing where you live now. So to me, that is dangerous in one, because you don't know what this guy's problem is, you don't know who he is. And Upchurch did make a good point about, how the rich and crooked people always stick together, and if you're not on that side but you have money and power, then they're going to be against you. All right, and that could be very possible. They could be after him just for that. But anyways, he got a new court date set up and everything, and it's supposed to be a day that he goes on tour. And they sat there and told him that they can't change this court date. And it's not like it's a murder charge, all right? It's a very simple traffic ticket, but they won't change the date. To me that is a problem inside of the court system, all right? And whether the officer has a say in that or not, I don't know. All right, but now going back to me, all right. Now, like I said, he has 2,730,000 subscribers. All right, so that's a huge number. All right, me, I have 4,760, 770 subscribers. All right, and that's not big at all. All right, now obviously, yeah, if you have 4,000 people, almost 5,000 people following you, that's great. All right, and I am thankful for every single one of y'all. But with that being said, why is this officer after me? Why is he after me? All right, that's my whole point. And like I said, I find it very strange that 2 days before this happened, my landlord had guns pulled on him, and they had no reason to be on his property, no nothing. All right, they claimed that they were serving a warrant, but it was across the street. All right, but yet when they go across the street, they don't pull guns out, they don't pull tasers out. They stand at this man's doorway now, all right, hand him the paperwork, tell him to have a nice day. But he's inside of his house. He could have had a gun, a bomb, knife, drugs. Y'all didn't care about that. And mind you, my landlord is older, all right? He's probably in his upper 50s, lower 60s, all right? So, y'all pull guns on him, make him get on the ground, and he's sitting there telling you he didn't do nothing wrong, all this. You make him get on the ground and handcuff him. For what? No reason. No reason at all. Alright, and like I said, I find it very strange that just, 2 days before all this happened to me, that happened to him? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Alright? And again, like, I don't know. I don't get it. And, I don't know, maybe it's just a coincidence. It could be a coincidence. But, when I sat there and see the person run by me, I'm sitting there telling the officer that that's him running by. I sat there to describe the man from head to toe, what he was wearing, alright? Sat there and had like 6 or 7 witnesses that they would not go talk to. Didn't review any kind of footage or anything. It was automatically assumed it was me. Alright, and I am not 200 pounds. As y'all can see, alright, I am pretty skinny. I am not 200 pounds, alright? Nowhere close to 200 pounds, alright? I'm like 60 to 55 pounds away from 200 pounds. So, with that being said, I sat there and described this man from head to toe. I had witnesses. I had told the officer what was on their tables. Alright? What didn't believe me. Wouldn't even listen to me. Matter of fact, the corporal came over to the car, alright? I told him everything. He's like, oh, okay, well, we got witnesses. I'm like, okay, who are your witnesses? Oh, I can't tell you that. Which, alright, at that point in time, looking back on it, I get that. You can't show the witnesses for their safety and whatnot, okay, I get that. So, he goes on to say, we have footage out of the car. Okay, well, can I see the footage? Oh, no, we can't show you that. What do you mean you can't show me the footage? Like, who in their right mind says they can't show me the footage? And as a corporal, alright, a corporal, you have power. You are over pretty much a lot of people here. Alright, then he just walks away. Shuts the door and walks away. Never spoke to him again. Alright? So, I asked another officer that was taking me. Hey, can I see the body camera footage? No, we don't do that. What do you mean you don't do that? What, like, you don't do that? What is that supposed to mean? If you have nothing to hide, you would show me what's going on. You would tell me exactly what's going on, alright? And then you got me waiting. You won't let me make a phone call? That would be another witness. That would be my dad. That would be another witness, alright? Nothing. Nothing at all. Like, I don't know. It just doesn't add up. That I have all these witnesses. There's security camera footage. Y'all got your dash cam footage. And the, body camera footage. And what? Nothing at all. You still do not believe what I have to say. So, we'll see how it goes, but I just find it very strange how 2 officers pull a gun on my landlord. 2 days later, they falsely arrest me, and they won't look at any kind of security footage, won't look at their own dash cam footage or body cam footage, won't interview any of my witnesses, won't let me make a phone call. So, again, it could be targeting, alright? It could be what's happening to Ryan Upchurch could be happening to me. Or it could just be a coincidence. But everything that Ryan Upchurch said, makes a huge point in my life and how it's affected me. And like I said, he's got 2,730,000 subscribers. Like I said, I got 4,460, 470. Alright? So that's a big difference. Almost 5,000 versus almost 3,000. Or, 5,000 versus 3 million. That is a huge difference. But with that being said, like he said in his own video, he's got money to fight this, alright? And he will continue to fight it. But think about people who can't fight it, alright? People who are single mothers, people who don't have a lot of money to begin with, alright? Now, me personally, I have enough money to live on. And, I don't have enough money to sit down and go to court after court after court after court and just spend out, thousands or millions of dollars on this. Like, I don't know. And it could just be a simple fact that, maybe they don't like what I have to say, but like I said, I don't understand that either when I've done nothing but support the police. This whole channel I've had, that was really the one point of making this channel. Alright? And I even put that in my bio. Like, part of this channel is going to be to support law enforcement and first responders. So, I don't know. Could it just be a coincidence? It is very possible. But, I don't know. To me, it doesn't add up. But like I said, I just wanted to do this quick live stream. For anybody that's watching now, thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all are watching this later, if y'all have any questions, let me know down in the comments below, and I'll do my best to answer y'all. As always, thank y'all for watching, and y'all stay safe out there.